My name is Kismo, and I feel as if I am a dead man walking. I came to South Africa from my country, Zimbabwe. It was in the year 2015. Growing up was very difficult because I grew up in a home where my mother was hated. Do you know that I have three names that were given to me? These names, Brother Nashim, even though they are not on my identity card, I think that they were already a curse. So my mother was the one who ended up giving me the last name, because the first name that was given to me, it was by my auntie, you will get a heartbreak, shame, by my grandmother. My auntie, who was my father's sister, had given me the name you will get a heartbreak. She was trying to tell my father that at the end the marriage was not going to work, that was there between my mother and my father. And then my grandmother, who was my father's mother, said shame. This was like the marriage. She would say, shame on my son for marrying such a woman. After my mother had given birth to me, when she went to apply for the birth certificate, my mother told me that she saw that there was no way that she could have those names on my identity card because she was told that they were too long and she had to think of a name very fast. And then that was when the word came into her brain and Kismo became my name. But my mother said that it was an error. She wanted to say God put more. So put more was going to become my name. And the person that was writing just took it as Kismo. That is how I ended up with that name. So why am I telling you this? I want those that do not have kids to know that in the future, when God has given them children, they are supposed to give nothing but blessings in the lives of their children, especially a name. A name will make you who you are. As for me, I am someone that was cursed from birth by my auntie as well as by my grandmother because of the names that were given to me. I came to South Africa looking for a better life. Growing up, I always had bad luck. There was no one that liked me. I was someone that was embarrassing to be around because of the shamefulness of my name, Shame. So everyone was ashamed to be with me, even women. When I give a woman money, she can just take the money and then she will pretend to love me. When that money is gone, then she will act so rude towards me. I came and I ended up in Hillbrow. I was staying with a friend. When I was staying in Hillbrow, I thought that it was going to be easy for me to find a piece job, but it proved to be very hard. I had to survive. My friend told me that he was a runner for some other Nigerians. I did not understand what he meant when he said that he was a runner. He told me that his job is to move one phone to another shop, from one shop to another, and this did not make sense to me. Why would you want someone to move phones for you from one shop to another? And he later explained it to me. Then I knew that he was a phone snatcher. He used to snatch phones from people. If you were walking around in town in Joburg, then someone would just come and grab the phone and run away with it. I became so good at it because I knew that this was a matter of survival. From 2015 to 2017, that is what I used to do, grab and run, and I was very good. I even started staying in the suburbs because the money that I was making, it was good. I would walk around town throughout the day. I would even go to a shop, buy some groceries, then I'll start to walk with a grocery, but I will be looking for an easy target. And usually if you see someone with a shopping bag, you won't even think that this person is a thief. So that is another thing that the thieves that steal phones do. They walk around with a shopping bag that will be full of groceries, but they are actually looking for the next target. So one day, Brother Nashim, it was in October of 2017, There was a girl that I was dating. This girl, she liked money too much. She called me at around 4 p.m. and then she said to me, if you are going to come to my place, do not come here if you do not have money. Because in the morning, she had asked for some money. She wanted to do her hair and her nails the next day. And I had said that I don't even have money right now. And she was like, please do not even come to my place if you do not have money. So I then took a risk because the money that I had, I knew that she was going to be angry with me. It was very dry on that day. I did not steal a lot of phones because I also had a small business in Zim that I was financing using the money that I would have gotten from stealing the phones. And the Nigerians, they don't pay you a lot. So you need to steal a lot of phones in order for you to make a nice living. I boarded a taxi which was headed towards Mamelodi, where this girl was staying. I was even thinking what I was supposed to do. So my plan was simple. When I am in the location in Mamelodi, there were other guys that I knew that could buy a phone if I could get a phone quickly to them. So I was supposed to spot a target, grab the phone, and just run away. I then saw that the old man who was sitting right next to me, he had a phone that he had, an expensive kind. He was busy typing. As the taxi slowed down for a passenger to jump off, that was when I made my move. I snatched the phone because this is something that I had done for years. I quickly snatched the phone before he could even react. I had already jumped out of the taxi. I ran as fast as possible, jumped into one yard, and I jumped into the next yard, even though they had dogs. Those dogs, they were even surprised. Where the hell did this guy came from? They started by running away. By the time that they wanted to chase me, I was already close to exiting the other side of the yard, and I went into the bushes. I hid myself in the bushes and no one even saw me. I quickly contacted my other guys that stayed in Mamelodi, and I told them that I had a phone that was expensive. They were supposed to give me money. To show you that this was an expensive phone, you know how much they gave me? They gave me 1,500. I went with the money and I gave some to my girlfriend, and we bought a few bottles of beer. We drank the alcohol throughout the day. So I even forgot about that phone because I was stealing a lot of phones. And when you are in this business, you won't remember that I once stole from this person, I stole from that person. It is just a job. You won't remember anything. The first sign, it appeared 3 days later. I woke up with a sharp stabbing pain in my manhood. When I went to relieve myself, I screamed because it was very hot. So then I thought that maybe that girl had given me an STI because when we were making love, she was complaining quite a lot. So I just thought that maybe it was because she was too drunk, but she was like, my womb is very painful. So then I said, what are we supposed to do here? Let me go to the clinic. I then went to the clinic. I even told him that you have given me an STI, go to the clinic. And I went to the clinic. I was told that the symptoms, it was as if I had an STI, but it was not like an STI. The nurse ended up giving me antibiotics, in which she told me that I was supposed to complete the course of the antibiotics that had been given to me. I returned back home. I made sure that I did not sleep with any woman for the next 7 days as I was drinking the antibiotics. Then the pain, it went away. 3 days later, I woke up. It was around 5 a.m. The pain that I felt on that day, I even screamed. When I went to pee, I did not see normal pee, but I saw blood. When I started peeing, I had not noticed that I was urinating blood. Then I switched on the light because I had not switched on the light when I rushed to the bathroom. That was when I saw that there was blood everywhere. I started to scream in pain, but I thought that maybe it was an infection from the girls that I would sleep around with at different Hillbrow clubs. So I went to another clinic. I did not go to that same clinic because I was afraid that the same nurse, she could quickly recognize me from last week. They gave me antibiotics, but this time around they did nothing. The pain did not go away. A week later, that was when I started to poop blood. I went to the toilet. I had been driving all day long. We were busy transporting some phones that were supposed to go to Mozambique. So we had been busy, and I just thought that maybe it was some of the fast food that we had eaten during the day that made me to feel like I am having diarrhea. I then went to the toilet. I felt like I was pooping broken glass, the way that I was feeling so much pain down there. And I saw that when I stood up to look and see what was going on, I saw that the toilet bowl, it was filled with blood. No poop, just blood. So much blood that I became dizzy and I had to lean against the wall just to stand up. That was when the piles started. I don't know if people here know about piles. That disease, it is a very painful thing. You can't even sit properly when they are affecting you. And this is not just your regular constipation. It feels as if there is an internal organ of mine that is trying to force itself out of my body. Sometimes they get so swollen and so massive that I can't even sit down. I have to put ice block. I cannot lie down. I can't walk when it happens on that day. If I go to the doctors, it does not even work. I am not the man that I used to be back in those days. I used to be scary, Brother Nashim, because I had these big muscles. But as for now, if you could see me, it's like I am a Nyaupe boy who only survive on milk and biscuits. The way that I am so thin, it is so scary. I am even embarrassed to return back home. People here in Hillbrow who used to fear me, when they look at me, they just keep on staring at me. They think that maybe I have AIDS. I sometimes cry when I think about the way that life used to be in the past. The pain is so unbearable that I have to find a way to survive the day. So this is what I have to do. I buy aloe, but I don't buy the juice. I buy aloe vera from this other woman who is a Sangom'S. She sells some stuff here in Hillbrow. She is the one that finds this aloe. She sells to me the whole leaf of an aloe. Then I slice it. After I would have sliced it, then I take it, Brother Nashim, and I put it there where we poop. That is where I put the aloe vera so that I can feel a little bit better. This is the only thing that is working. This is my life, walking around the streets of Joburg with a small piece of peeled aloe vera inserted there where we all poop. I have to keep it there so that I can be able to walk. If I take it out for even an hour, the pain, it becomes so massive. I once collapsed because of the pain. Lucky enough, I was not close to the balcony, because where I am staying, there is a balcony. If I just exit my apartment, there I am at the balcony. So on that day, I just wanted some fresh air. I was seated on this other little couch that is in my bedroom. When I stood up, I felt so dizzy. Then I started walking towards the balcony and I fell down. Maybe the spirit wanted me to jump over the balcony and die. As I am speaking with you right now, I have gone to several healers. I have gone to several prophets, especially the ones from Zim, thinking that they can understand my problem. Those white garment prophets, and as well as Sangom'S, but it is not working. There is only one woman who is a white garment prophetess who said to me, you took something from a man that I can see did rituals. He used some mutim on you, on the person who stole from him, and he said, you are going to find this person that stole from me and you must return the phone. You are supposed to go there. He is the one that is supposed to cleanse you. If he dies before he cleanses you, you are going to live like this in pain until you die. But how, Brother Nashi, how do I find a man that I saw for only about 10 seconds in a dark taxi many years ago? I don't know his name. I don't even know where he lives. You know, in South Africa, how things are. I don't want to go to the taxi rank and tell the taxi drivers that, guys, many years ago, I stole a phone and that person bewitched me. What if they just take a tire and they decide to burn me? The phone I stole, it was later sold to a Pakistani dealer from Mozambique who buys a lot of the phones. And I am trapped. I don't know what is it that I am supposed to do. I am writing this because I want real help. I have been a thief since 2015. I know I deserve punishment for the phones that I took and the people that I had. I have stolen from students, from mothers, I know that. But hey, the way that I am being punished, it is so painful. I am getting thinner by the day. I can't even eat proper solid foods. Every night when I am fast asleep, sometimes I even see a man that comes to me that looks like a Togoloshi, telling me that it is time for me to return back the phone. But where can I return this phone when I do not even know where this man is staying? I can't even go home. The way that I am right now, with the way when I left home, it is so different. If you know anyone who is a South African Sangoma that can cleanse me, and if there is an old man, I don't even know why I am saying this, brother, but if there is an old man that was robbed of a phone in 2017 in Mamelodi, if you are alive and listening to this, please help me. I can pay you 10 times over. I am sorry. I just want to work because I want to prove my auntie and my grandmother wrong when they cursed me when I was born, that I can become something in life. Again, I repeat and I say, when God has given you a child, never give that child a cursed name. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our dear brother. Let us try to speak with our dear brother in the comment section. Strange things indeed, they do happen in this world. Imagine, we never know that some people, when they are walking around, they'll be having a aloe vera on their back so that they won't feel pain. Strange things indeed, they do happen in this world. Let us meet again in the following episode.